I'm able to create magic. And it's extremely simple. Like that's what boggled my mind for so long. It's so fucking simple. Aleister Crowley, a known occultist, talked about this. I think some people see him as a satanic worshiper, whatever. I mean, he's a dude. And he said that magic is the art of. I feel like I'm crazy sometimes. I do. Probably most of the time, actually. There are things that I don't talk about with other people. A lot of other people. There are a very few amount of people that I can talk with this about. And it is because it's something that is hard to communicate. And then it hit me. Isn't that exactly what this whole thing is about? The entire challenge, all that stuff, is to talk about the things that most people will deem you crazy for and admit you into a mental asylum. Not that bad, but what I'm gonna say now might actually do just that. It might just make people wonder what is the number for that closest mental asylum. I don't know how why is this even hard to talk about? It's not it's my life. It's my life. I mean, I'm creating things from my mind. I'm seeing things happening right after I think them. And at first I thought, well, that was quite a coincidence. And then after that, it became like, that was quite a coincidence. Now it's like, yeah, like a coincidence. It's one cannot deny it anymore. And I can explain it to some degree. But I've tried to kind of lead with the whole explanation instead of just saying what the fuck is going on. You know? I shared this in the group that I run because I've been trying to show people what the magic mushroom did to me. It opened up gateways. It opened up a new portal, and I've been talking a lot about the magic mushroom in itself, which is in itself a very very big medicine. It's a big tool. It's a huge point. It's one of those things that I have to talk about. And it's also one of those things that I have to talk about because it's illegal. It's one of those, why are you not allowing people to get well? That kind of, it's the justice of it all. But the things that happened to me, I've gone a little bit into it. I've said that life has changed. There are things that I cannot explain really. I mean, I came from where I come from and I'm here. So that's one thing. Most people by now know the story. And if you don't, well, it's not hard to find it. Just Google that name. Basically, I see myself as energy. And it took a while for me to really see that. It's like I identify as this. Today you can identify as anything, and I identify myself as energy. I guess that's the best way to say it. I see myself as energy, and it happened because I saw the progression to that. If I had a magnifying glass on you and it just zoomed in on you a billion times, I would see nothing but particles, energy, right? So in my mind, it made sense. And then I got into the whole thing where how our thoughts are communicating with this energy and how that energy is the universe and how that universe is us and how then we are the universe exploring the universe throughout ourselves. A lot of things started to happen in my mind and I started to see things differently and I started to see the pattern of it all. Like when you think about the fact that a oak tree came from a acorn, right? And just what that took. For me, it opened questions. It's like, damn, it took a lot, right? And I see the ants, how they're connected to the tree, and how the tree are connected to all these other branches, and the branches to leaves, and the leaves to these veins, and the fractal patterns of those veins. Everything. It kind of opened up my entire fucking reality. And it made things a bit overwhelming in the beginning. It was a lot, and it's still a lot, but now it's more of the sensation of it all. When I go through life now and people ask me, "Are you high?" No. Well, yes. On life, I'm exploring this experience that we all have. This thing that I'm able to create magic. And it's extremely simple. Like that's what boggled my mind for so long. It's so fucking simple. Aleister Crowley, a known occultist, talked about this. I think some people see him as a satanic worshiper, whatever. I mean, he's a dude. And he said that magic is the art of making things happen, basically. I'm going to try to simplify this as much as I can, but I can now, right now, I'm actually doing stuff to you. And if you are not feeling this, then it's not you who I'm referring to. Some people, while watching this, will see what I'm talking about, and they will feel, oh my God, I'm not alone. So they will start to feel something. And then all of a sudden, they're like, right? And they're captivated. They're captivated by the truth of the energy that comes out from me talking about this. That is me actually manipulating the matter around me. That is me doing and interacting with the universe around me. So that is one way, right? I'm actually doing something consciously to make you react energetically, and then you're going to be compelled to either just feel or whatever. You get my point, right? But let me explain this for those people who don't. If you're like, well, magic's not real. Magic is not real, because magic is a bunch of druids going out to this Stonehenge at night under the full moon, and they're decapitating a goat, and then they're dancing around naked and sprouting magical beams of energy out of their face. Yeah, some people might see that as the definition of magic, I guess. But what if, right now, I wanted to create something in the world, and I wanted to have a cigarette? Well, first, I would have to have a thought. And then I had to create the emotion from the thought that I want a cigarette. And then I had to consciously go and get the ingredients that I need to get a cigarette. If I have a open packet with done cigarettes, like, I can just pick up a cigarette and I can light it. The thing is, right now, as I was talking to you, I had the thought, I created the thing that I had in my thoughts, and now it is in this real world, and I can just do this. And like magic, here I am sitting with a cigarette in my hand. A cigarette that I did not have just a few moments ago. See, that is magic. And if you see the world as just this infinite playground where everything is magic, I can go down with a brick in my hand and I can break a window right now. Could. It's open. The option is there. But because of my common sense, I don't do that. Now I want you to take it further. If you can see something clearly in your mind where you're going and you're having this emotional attachment, not attachment. You don't really care if it's going to happen or not, but you're going to work towards it. And then you're going to feel something based on what you're seeing, because it started with a thought. You got a visualization of the thought. You're now feeling the thought, and you're doing stuff consciously to reach that goal, that vision. Well, at some point, if I just continue to do that, I'm going to reach that. And all of a sudden, it's going to be reality. Magic! That is magic. That is how simple it is. And it's very simple. Everyone should understand that kind of term, right? But we can take it even further. Yes. The thoughts, where are they when you're not thinking of them? Where are your thoughts when you're not thinking of them? That's a question that I've asked so many times, and people are like, they have a lot of different answers, actually. So it was very hard for me to get one example. There are a lot of different answers to that question. To me, if everything is energy and everything is energy around everything, like, what is inside of energy? Energy is information. It's frequencies, right? Now, if our thoughts are just stored in that frequency, the collective consciousness, the thing that is all over everywhere, regardless of time and place, it's everywhere, then my thoughts might be there. And if I consciously think of something, I'm just going to pull it in, and my neuropeptides is going to create this thing, where my brain is going to create this thing, and it's going to just go through my cells, and I'm going to radiate this energy, and all of a sudden, I have taken something from somewhere, taken it through my body, and I'm now radiating it out. And then, I could go very much into detail about that, but I'm not going to pull this out. Energy attracts more of the same, right? We can all agree. Well, if I am vibing on a high level of energy at all times, then other high vibing things that is relative to that energy will come to me. Yeah. Energy attracts more of the same. If I'm really happy, I'm going to attract really happy things. But here's the question. Here's the thing. The thing that just got me so many times. And today, actually, my best friend, he sent a video of this dude sitting on a stage, and he was talking about this law of attraction, and that the law of attraction is equally as much as the law of basically saying fuck no, or accepting it, letting go, detachment. If you are so hung up in the normal life that you have, the normal things that you have, the comfortable bubble that you find yourself in, if you're so attached to that reality, then how the fuck are you going to get anything that is going to correlate to the energy that you want to have? That made sense as I said it in my mind, but I realized that might have been a very hard sentence to follow. So, let's take it like this then. This, what I'm holding metaphorically in my hand, is a job that I hate. I do not like this job. So I have a lot of negative energy in this job. As long as I keep that fucking job, I'm not going to get any fucking high-vibing things into my life. There's no place. I have this fucking thing. So I have to let it go. And when I do, there's going to be room for the other high-vibing things to come into my life. Makes sense, right? Because you cannot fill a full glass. You have to empty the cup a little bit, and then you can fill up some more. I see this, all of this is so fucking natural to me now. It's so fucking logical to me now. And as I'm seeing it in my fucking life, it's so freaking undeniable by this point that there's no point in me trying to deny it. It's just, it is. At some point, you just have to accept that it is reality. But then, you're the only one in the close vicinity that talks about these things, so you feel like a crazy person. Well, today I actually shared this post, and people are resonating a whole fucking ton. And it's so simple. Like seeing these synchronicities. People are talking about seeing synchronicities. People are talking about living in love and all that stuff. Some people are taking it a little bit too far when it comes to the whole spiritual label, but I don't care. I think there's a frequency of belief that carries it all. The frequency of belief. If you have some faith in something, preferably yourself, then that frequency alone is going to take you places. Because that frequency is a high vibing frequency. Now couple that with love and fulfillment and all that stuff, you have a fucking potent mix. And I think that when you have that, there is no fucking limit. So many fucks in this video. There are no limits because you will just continue to feel freaking amazing. And then when you feel freaking amazing over a long period of time, more things will just come on popping into your life. It's fascinating, isn't it? It's freaking fascinating. And I'm doing everything that I can to not only make sense of this for myself, but to test what's possible. What is possible in all this? I think there's nothing that is impossible. That is how I live my life. I'm staying positive like a proton. Anyways, if this seems interesting, go to saga.torsopola.com. Let's talk about it. Love your face. Take care of freaking family. Sorry, that was a rant now at the entry of the morning thereafter. See you in the next one.